Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Fire Gunner, or better known as the Destruction spec. And so first of all, let's go down the list on skills. As for the skills, it's going to be relatively straightforward. You want to go 1, 1, 1, 1, and 3. I've tested Power Keg versus Lock and Load. However, Lock and Load just works better because of the way that your build works now. So for your talent points, you're going to put 5 points in Quick Shot, 5 in Unload, and 5 in Bullet Storm. You're not going to put it into Awaken Bullet Storm or Awaken Quick Shot yet, because there's currently a bug where your weapons don't actually gain the Soul Burn effect. However, when they do fix it in the next patch, it might be better to put it into the Awakened versions if you know that you have a Soul Burn in your party. But for solo content, definitely just put it on 5 on Bullet Storm, 5 on Unload, and 5 on Quick Shot. So let's talk about what crowd control abilities the gunner has. So the first crowd control ability you have is your 2, which is Twin Barrels. It used to be a double stun, a double KD, or a double daze based on what skill you spec'd. However, now it is a single stun. So your 2 is a single stun and you're unable to change that. Your second CC is Trip Shot. This is simply you press 1 and then you press F and it will do a single KD. And finally, you have Tab Escape, which is Gun Rise, and this will do a single daze. And that is it for the CCs that your gunner has. So you have a single daze with your Tab, you have a single KD with your 1F, and you have a single stun with your 2. So those are all the CC abilities you have. So as for soul badges, there's a small change, and it is hands down Legacy Soul Badge is the best in slot. It used to be a toss-up between Legacy Soul Badge, Aeon, and Limitless. However, now it is clearly Legacy. I've tested all 3 badges, and Legacy pulls ahead by 100k DPS on my ping. And my ping is 280 ms in game, which means that if you have lower ping than me, Legacy will allow you to pull even further ahead DPS wise. The main reason why Legacy is so good is because it gives me that extra 2 seconds of Tombstone. So especially when you're on the 3rd spec or Gravedigger, where your bullet storms are instant, this allows you to cast 6 Tombstones on my ping on 280 ms, compared to the potential maximum of 7 bullet storms. So this allows me to dish out quite a bit of damage, while if I use the Aeon Soul Badge, I can only do 4 bullet storms. So it gives me an additional 2 bullet storms. So I'm just going to show you that right here. I'm going to press V for Tab, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And voila. So you can see there it was relatively simple. I just press V to proc my bracelet, I press 4 to tag the enemy, I press Tab to activate my tombstone, and I just held down F and I could fire all 6 without any issues, which is very, very nice. And it's extremely useful because now that you don't have to reload, you can just hold down the button and it'll cast all the bullet storms. So next up, I want to explain the skills. So at the beginning of the video, I've compared Lock and Load and Power Keg. The main reason I compared these two was because Power Keg increases the gunpowder regeneration on a successful quick shot, which means you can get more unloads faster. So you'll see here when I shoot once, this fills up the bar a little bit. However, when I use Power Keg, it fills up 25% of that bar. So I only need to cast 4 quick shots in order to get an unload. Lock and Load, on the other hand, is there's a chance to generate 2 explosive rounds after using an unload. So after testing both of these, in the end, Lock and Load pulls ahead. The reason why Lock and Load pulls ahead is because it has the chance of generating 2 explosive rounds after using an unload, which is great synergy with your soul badge. If you look at your soul badge over here, the Legacy Soul Badge reduces Firefall's cooldown by 1 second on successful unload. So every time you cast an unload, it reduces the cooldown of your Firefall by 1 second. And when your Firefall is active, you can cast up to 5 unloads while it's active. So I'm going to show you that now. So you can see now that I have 0 burst bullets, and I'm going to use my Firefall. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see that because I did 5 free unloads, I got lucky and I got 4 burst bullets back. And you can see I'm just going to use burst bullets, and because of RNG, I might get extra burst bullets back, which is extremely useful. However, it is RNG. However, after testing many hours, Lock and Load pulls ahead of Power Keg almost all the time, mainly because of the sheer number of unloads you're casting. Whenever you cast your C, you have 5 casts of unload for free. Whenever you use your 4, you get extra explosive rounds or burst bullets, which allow you to cast unload again. And mainly it's because the bread and butter for Fire Gunner is your bullet storm, your unload, and your quick shot. and unload being one of the main skills that you're casting most of the time while you're waiting for your long cooldown skills, which is your bullet storm to come up. So this is why in the end lock and load still pulls ahead. So there's that. As for bullet time over here, this is just the best you can choose out of the three. Kickback is useful if you are doing Vortex Temple. This is a knockback, and every time you unload, it'll knock back the enemy, because Vortex Temple, especially the mini bosses, they don't have CC bars anymore. So you can just use this spec and you'll knock the enemy back instead of using a grab, which is very useful. You can also use this on Hive Queen on the spiders, which is also very nice. But most of the time you want to just stick with bullet time. Over here is a toss-up between Escape Artist and Semi-Automatic. I like Semi-Automatic a lot. The problem with Semi-Automatic is the number of hooks you get. So before the change, whenever you reload like this, you would gain 2 hooks, and there will be a cooldown over here, and then whenever this cooldown's off, you reload again and gain another 2 hooks. However, with Semi-Automatic, it doesn't work like that. With Semi-Automatic, you have to wait every 12 seconds and it automatically gives you 1 hook instead of 2. However, it also automatically recovers your focus, so you don't need to cast this reload animation. It just automatically passively regens. It's like a soul proc. It just automatically fills up your focus bar as well as give you 1 hook. However, most people will prefer to go Escape Artist, mainly because with Escape Artist you have a chance of generating 1 hook after using a whip line, a crash down, or a trip shot, and the most useful one is going to be your whip line or your E. Whenever you cast your E, there's a chance of gaining another one instead of it consuming it. So the reason why you want that is because you still want to be able to reload every 12 seconds and gain 2 hooks instead of 1. And another reason is because most gunners, especially during the raid, they're doing mechanics which require them to be mobile at all times, and having the Escape Artist skill will allow them to regenerate these hooks faster, which allow them to be more mobile during the raid. While Semi-Automatic will allow you to deal more consistent damage, as you don't need to worry about focus issues. However, if you do have a high-end soul, such as a true Cosmic or a true Tiger soul, then there's no need to go Semi-Automatic because you probably won't have any focus issues to begin with. However, if you are still at the beginning stages, such as a Home Moon soul, having Semi-Automatic will definitely help out quite a bit. However, if you are the person doing mechanics, just stick with Escape Artist. Over here, I just stuck with Carpet Bomb. I have not tested Buckshot or Flash Bomb. Over here for Reaper, Executioner, and Gravedigger, I highly recommend using Gravedigger. I don't really recommend using Executioner or Reaper. I do not like these 2 specs. However, you're free to experiment based on what skills you like to use. So now we finally finished talking about all the skills. Let's talk about rotation. Rotation is relatively simple. You're going to press V to activate your bracelet. You're going to press 4 to tag the enemy. Press tab for bullet storm and hold down F until you finish casting 6 to 7 bullet storm depending on your ping. After that, then you're just going to use quick shot, you're going to use your triple shot whenever possible, and then you're just going to use your F for unloads and cast C whenever you can, and also cast additional unloads. So your opener is going to look like this. You're going to press V, you're going to press 4, you're going to press tab, and then bullet storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're just going to shoot normally. I like to use my Firefall right away so there's a chance of getting additional burst bullets, and voila, you see I'm just unloading whenever I can, tagging the enemy with my 4 whenever I can to get more burst bullets, and casting my 3 whenever I can. So you can either do what I'm doing right now, or if you want, you can simply enable simple mode. So in order for simple mode to work in the training room, what you want to do is you activate simple mode by holding Shift F3, and you'll see simple over here. It'll pop up, and when you hover over it, it'll tell you what the rotation is. And after that, what you're going to do is press Shift F2. You'll see classic mode enabled, and then you're going to press F12 and go into the Home Moon training room. And once you're in the Home Moon training room, you're going to press Shift F2 again. And voila, you've got simple mode enabled while in the training room. So let's go over the rotation if we are using simple mode. So as usual, you're going to press V, you're going to press 4, tab, and then you're just going to hold down the right mouse button. So you're going to see this, V, 4, tab, and you just hold down right mouse button and it's going to cast all of your tombstones. And 6, voila. And then once the 6 tombstones are done, it's going to automatically start unloading. And when you're out of burst bullets, what you can do is you can press C to cast Firefall, and then thus you get another 5 extra burst bullets, where you can just unload and have the chance of generating 2 more burst bullets. And then you're just going to hold down right mouse button and you're just going to wait until your long cooldown spells are ready. So you can see over here that my V is ready, my 4 is ready, but my tombstone is not ready. So I'm just going to sit here, hold down right mouse button until my tombstone is ready again. You'll see that it automatically casts 3 whenever it can, and you can see my Firefall's ready, so I'm going to use Firefall first. So that gives me another 5 unloads for free, bang, 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 and every unload I cast, there's a chance of generating extra burst bullets. So again, my long cooldown skills, my V, my 4, and my tab are up, so I'm going to V, 4, tab, and again, I'm going to cast 6 bullet storms. So this is why simple mode's actually pretty good for the fire gunner. You don't have to use it. I don't use simple mode. However, it is still a very viable choice if you are extremely lazy and you just want to take it easy and have a good time. And you can see that I got a Aransu reset, my V and my 4 is up. However, my tab is not. Since I know the cooldown of my skills, I can cast both of this. However, keep in mind that you will have to manually cast your 4 3 times in order to gain the 3 burst bullets. And basically, you're just gonna hold down right mouse button and kind of just chill, you know? This is like the super lazy man, easy way of doing it. And yeah, that covers the fire gunner. If this video helped, I would appreciate a subscribe as it really does help out my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're